Hello everyone, Major here, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. So I recently purchased the DLC for the Netherlands, or the Dutch, so now I'm going to build a Dutch deck. So I'm going a Mechanised battle group, which gives me an extra 5 activation slots, so I get 65 overall. So hopefully I spend them wisely. Right, logistics. What have we got? Well, we've got to have an FOB. Alright, that goes without saying. Largo, just a Range Rover by the look of it. Stealth is poor. That's surprising. Stealth is poor. You think, given its silhouette, it would be able to stay incognito, so to speak, back in 1974. I hope they maintain them well. So we're going to get one of those. Well, that's really not of much use. What about the YPR? Let's have a look at these. Just a 50 cal Browning machine gun, but they're not there to fight. They're there to actually hide and just take command points. We get 5 of those. The Leopard. We're going to have 4 of those as hardened. I think that might be the way to go. And we only get the one. Yeah, we can only get the one. What are these guys? Infantry with an Uzi. Seriously, an Uzi? What good is that? It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. And they're all armed with Uzis. So you got the truck, got a little personnel carrier. Alright, so we'll get 4 of those. That gives us a total of 8 command units. What about the helicopter? What does that do? Oh, supply helicopter, only 1,000 litres. That is not a lot. What's AMX? Well, they're cheap at 10 points. Let's drop the Leopard. Let's drop the Staff. And let's just get 17 of those. That gives us all the command units we could possibly ever want. Logistics now. 800 litres. And the Rat gives us 1,000. So we can get 10 of those. And we'll get some of the lorries as well. That gives us 12. Alright, I think that'll do for logistics. I'll leave that one slot open. Sometimes with some decks I like to have 2 forward operating bases depending on how you set up your intent of how you're going to fight. If you're going to have a lot of artillery, a lot of missile anti-aircraft, then it's always good to have additional FOBs. Alright, Grenadiers, what have we got? We've got the Law with the heat rockets, only good for ground targets, AP power of 13. Same again, but in a different vehicle. And how many can we get? 24 at hardened. Got the FAL. What do these guys have? Got the FAL also. Oh, what about down here? What are these guys? Alright, got the 84mm heat rockets as against the 66. Let's drop these guys. Let's go back down to here. Alright, not a lot of anti-tank capability. I mean the 84mm heat rockets, yep, they give you suppression of 336, armor piercing power of 18, accuracy of 16. 60% accuracy, penetration power of 18. So yeah, we'll get a few of those. 17 as veterans. Oh, we can get 3. That'll do us nicely. And what about elite forces? Cell cost missiles, 1,575. Alright, accuracy of 35, armor piercing power of 10. They've got the extra range, when you compare them to these dudes. Only 700 meters, but 60% accuracy with an AP of 18. These guys with the Dragoon got a range of 1575, but only an accuracy of 35%, and an armor piercing power of 10. So while on initially you look and go, wow, that looks really good. Not actually that good. All right, so they're heat based, so that their AP power stays the same, but they need to be guided. So the heat, yep, same, static, can't be fired on the move, but it's fire and forget, not guided. Can we get any more of these? Stupenden. My apologies for any Dutch people out there if I've pronounced it incorrectly. It's not intended. All right, so the 66mm heat rounds, 30% with 13 AP. So even these guys are probably going to be more effective. Got no anti-aircraft built in though. And I do like the thought of having some engineers in there that can apply flamethrowers, especially in build-up areas, infantry on infantry. Now support, what have we got here? Oh, the old Hawk, 50%, only carry the 3 missiles, so they're going to be very reliant on the supply lorries. Cheetah, 45% accuracy, 1,000 meters. And that's really the only anti-aircraft weaponry we have. Alright, with the Hawk we can get 5 hardened, we get 2 of those. And the Cheetah portal. Alright, 2800 range for helicopters, slightly less for aircraft, 40% accuracy. 7 hardened, we can get 2 of those. And now we're looking at artillery. Alright, so 2 rounds, range of 24 kilometers. Suppression of 467, HE of 10, M107, 35 kilometers. Dispersion 7.2, dispersion 3.6, so this one's a lot more accurate. What we've got here, mortars, 107 mil, 6 kilometer range. Rate of fire, where's the rate of fire? 12 rounds a minute. M1110, 2 rounds a minute. M107, 2 rounds a minute. And where were we? The 109, 4 rounds per minute. That's the old Paladin. 2100 kilometers. Dispersion 6 kilometers. Good suppression value though, 357. AMX 105. 54 rounds. Now the AP factor, the HE power and the suppression is down, but that rate of fire, 14 kilometers. That is not too sloppy. Now the only problem with the 107s, the M1110s, is only have 2 rounds, so they need a lot of supply. M109, 36 rounds, dispersion 6,000 meters. 107, dispersion. See, it's a bit of a trade-off here, isn't it, really? The accuracy of the gun as against the rounds per minute you can put down range. So I'm going to have a bit of a trade-off here. So the AMX has a range of 14 kilometers, dispersion of 7,000 meters, reduced suppression and HE power, but they've got 54 rounds, so they're not going to be so reliant on the supply lorries getting to them initially. Or do I just bite the bullet? 24 kilometers, minimum dispersion of what's available. I can get 2 hardened. AMX 105, I can get 5. I can put a lot more shells down range. So we'll give them a crack. Tanks. Now we're mechanized, so we're not going to have a huge selection of tanks. Centurion was good in its day, but by 1985, I'd say it's probably had its day. Accuracy of 45, only 15% stabilization, and importantly, armor piercing power of 11. Leopard 1, armor piercing power of 11, but stabilization is far better. Suppression 121, as against the Centurion, suppression 121. So they're pretty much the same. Leopard 1V, stabilization is up, accuracy is up, range is up compared to the Leopard 1 and the Centurion. So how many of those can I get? 12, only 12. What about AMX 13? 50% accuracy, range of 2100 against ground targets. AP power of 12, Centurion was 11. So I think we'll get a few of these. Just get one to start with. So the Leopard 1V, we can get 12, and we can get 2 of them. Leopard 2, we can get 7 as hardened, accuracy at 65, stabilization 55, AP power of 18, rate of fire 9 rounds a minute. That's impressive. So let's get a couple of those. And we can get a few more slots in. So can I get another? No, I can't. Let's just allow it. I'm a bit pedantic, folks, so if I do something, I want to have them all in order. So then we went the Leopard 1, 2 of those. Then the Leopard 2, you can only get 1 of those. Alright, considering we're mechanized force, that's a fair few tanks. 24, nearly 70. Alright, vehicles. So what choices do we have here? AMX 13, accuracy of 40%, AP power of 10. Leopard Mechanised, accuracy at 65%, stabilization at 50, AP power 15. Get 5 of those on hardened. Oh, we can get 2 lots of them though. What have we got here? Alright, infantry with 66mm heat rounds. Not sure about that. 20mm heat rounds. Not going to do much damage. The M113. Just a Browning. What have we got here? An auto cannon. 25mm. Be good against infantry. Reconnaissance. A couple of those. Stealth is medium. Reconnaissance chopper. Got no self-defense. Not a lot of anti-tank capability when you maybe look at the compare them to the Soviet BMPs, BMDs, American Bradleys, or the M901s. It is lacking somewhat. Okay, I can get another lot of those. No more of the Leopards. Alright, so it does have some HE and AP capability. Alright, that'll do that. Vehicles. Now, this is where we find out our anti-tank capability. Cell cost missiles 8. 50% accuracy. YP408. All guided. Yep. Mechaf. Geez, now you wouldn't want to be that operator, seriously, would you? You'd be feeling rather exposed. Especially when the barrel rotates left or right and takes the operator's head off. Alright, but they're cheap. Actually, no, they're not that cheap when you look at it. 35 points. M901, Yeah, they're about 60. Yeah, so yeah, they're relatively cheap. They got 6 missiles. All right, we'll get a couple of those. YP408. 12 missiles, 60% tow 2, tow 1. Let's get a couple of those. Not a lot of anti-personnel vehicles in here though. Actually, there's none. And we'll get a couple of those. All right, helicopters. Eloquet. Cell cost missiles. Range of 2400. Accuracy of 30%. And then basic cannons, rockets. Got to go hardened. Need all the experience we can get. Aircraft. F-104. F-16 block. F-16A. Ground support. F-84. That's going to be outperformed against some of the other aircraft it's coming up against. Ground munitions. NF5. Napalm. Alright, so what we got? 9 points left. 3, 6, 10. So I might have to dump something to get the aircraft I need. F-16 block, definitely going to need those. Hardened. No, I like the numbers though. 1 elite, 2 trained. F-84 won't be getting any of those. NF5. Cluster bombs. Yep, they will be handy. And napalm bombs, 5 of them, 340 kilos. We'll get 2 of those hardened. Alright, that leaves us with 3 points left. Gonna have to drop something. Drop one of those, gives me 3. Come back, I've got more than enough points now. NF5, and the block. 1 elite, 2 trained. Gives me the 1. Leaves me with 2 points left, so what's left costs 2 points. Infantry. Could get more vehicles. No, I think we'll get more infantry. Alright, so the flamethrowers, can we get any more of those? We can. We can get another 14 of those. That's a lot of engineers though. YPRs, 25s. Not going to be able to get any more of the Stutendrupen. Is that the right pronunciation? Once again, if I've said it wrong, my apologies. NATARs. Basic infantry. Grenadiers we can't have. Oh, we can get some of these. What have they got? Back to the 50s. Got some light machine gun protection or additional firepower. We'll get 19 of those. Done. Alright, so this deck will come up shortly in a game. I don't know who it'll verse, but it will come up in a game. I won't pit it against the Americans. It might go up against the Soviets, I think. That might be a more realistic battle. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I provided some guidance on the different selection of weapons with their capabilities. As I said, this deck will get used in a game very soon. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed this. But until next time, it's the Major out. Bye-bye.